How would you like to be remembered? What legacy would you like to leave? We'll talk about that today as we're in Nehemiah chapter 7. Welcome to the Word for 2022. I've been asked many different times by funeral homes to do a funeral service for someone that didn't have a church or a pastor. I would always consider it a privilege to be able to minister to the family and to share the hope of the gospel. Before a service, I would always meet with the family. I wanted to talk about their loved one. I wanted to get to know them, what their life was like. I didn't just want to know about what they did, their education, their job, or their hobbies, but I wanted to get to know them as a person. I wanted to know who they were. I would ask the family to share memories with me. That way, it's in hearing how they lived that you really get to know what kind of a legacy that they left. Here in Nehemiah chapter 7, Nehemiah not only lists men of Israel that returned from the exile, but he also mentions two men that are handpicked to take over Jerusalem. We read in verses 1 and 2, "After the wall had been rebuilt," Nehemiah said, "I set the doors in place, the gatekeepers and the singers, and the Levites they were appointed. Then I put in charge of Jerusalem my brother Hanani, along with Hananiah, the commander of the citadel, because he was a man of integrity and he feared God more than most men do." What a way to be remembered. A man of integrity who feared God more than most men do. I love what Henry Blackaby once wrote. Big assignments require big characters. God will give you responsibility in proportion to the size of your character. In the Old Testament, God would give people a promise, but it never came about immediately. Before the promise was fulfilled in a person's life, he would first need to grow their character and their faith so that they would be able to handle the gift, the promotion, or the promise that they were given. Without the right kind of character, a dream can become a nightmare. Again, Henry Blackaby wrote this, "God sees your life from his eternal perspective. He will take whatever time is necessary to grow your character so that it will match his assignment for you." Here in Nehemiah chapter 7, Nehemiah was giving out responsibilities and taking the great responsibility on of reestablishing the exiles back into the land, of resettling Jerusalem and refortifying the city. He couldn't give that to just anyone, but he needed to delegate that assignment to someone that had a solid character, and that was Hananiah, a man of integrity. Now, integrity simply means that you are the same whether you're in public or you're in private, and he was a man who feared God. That meant that he knew God, he honored God, and he revered God. He was in awe of God. And Hananiah, he feared God, it says, more than most men do. That is a goal to live for and a legacy to strive for. To be remembered as a person of integrity and a person who fears God, who knows God and honors God. That is the person that I want to be. And I believe that's the person that you want to be too. Thank you for joining the Word for 2022.